Welcome back to my vlog. So again, I'm Andallo, a Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education, major in Home Economics, and a third-year student. So today's video guys, I will show you how to drop a front and back bodice foundation pattern. So this video will be your basis on how to construct a bodice foundation pattern. So without further ado, let's get started. So keep on watching guys.
Before we start, let me first read the objectives. So at the end of this video, you will be able to identify the materials necessary to generate a foundation pattern for the front, back, and bodice. Determine the materials necessary to generate front and back bodice pattern. Recognize the importance of proper measurement of the pattern. So the materials that I will be using to draw pattern are marker, pencil, protractor since I don't have J-curve, ruler, scissor, meter scale, and last is cartolina. So the first thing that I did is I drew a perpendicular line and mark the corner and put a letter A, which is the starting point. To get the point B, you need to measure 3 inches downward, which is the neck depth. Same as at point C, you need to measure downward the chest height. And to get D, you need to measure the armhole and divide it into 2. So since the armhole is 16, you need to divide it into 2 and we get 8 inches. To get the point E, you need to put the feature length, which is we got 15 inches. So the next step is we need to measure the neck width, which is 2 inches and 1.5. So it is a letter F. Then we need to connect F and B. And then using the protractor, you need to shape the neckline. And to measure the point G, you need to measure the shoulder and divide it by into 2. And to get the point H, you need to measure 1.5 downward and then connect the H and G. After that, we need to connect the F and H diagonal line. And the next step to get the point I, the point C going to right, measure the chest measurement and divide it into 2. For example, the chest measurement is 11, you need to divide it into 2. And then connect the point H and point I. Same as to get the point J, you need to measure the bust measurement and divide it into 4 and add 1 inches. And then you need to shape I to J using the French curve. Since we don't have French curve, I use my own. To get K, point E to the right, measure waist measurement and divide it into 4. And then connect J into K. The next step, we need to go in point F and get the bust height. For example, the bust height is 8 inches. You need to put downward so to get point L. To get M, start measuring in point E half of bust distance. For example, the bust distance is 7, you need to divide it by 2. Then from point M to the left, you need to measure 3/4 to get N, same as to get O to the right. And you need to connect the point L to M, N, and O. And you need to fold the dart using the point N and point O. And then you need to connect the point E and point K. And that was our front bodies. So to drop a pattern in back, you need to cut the finished pattern so that we can use it to the back bodice foundation pattern.
that was the end of our video, guys. I hope you learned something and see you on my next vlog. Bye-bye!